So you're thinking about making a move to Olympia, but you have no idea where the hell to live. Well, if that's you, you're gonna stick around. In this video, we're gonna take you all around the city and we're gonna show you the top neighborhoods that we think would be great for you. And even better, it might open your eyes to some neighborhoods that you know are not for you. And we're getting after it right now. Hey, what's up? It's Austin, Chris, myself, and our team. We're getting phone calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move out here to Olympia. So whether you're looking at making your move in the next 3 days or 3 months, shoot us a phone call, text, or an email so we can help you make that smooth move out to Olympia. Now, Chris is already in the first neighborhood. We're gonna send this out to him.
Hey, we are here in the Governor Stevens neighborhood. Of Olympia. Checking out this area. Coolest part about the Governor Stevens neighborhood here is that it actually gets its name from Isaac Stevens, the first governor of the Washington Territory. Governor Stevens was also a general in the Civil War, so kind of an interesting fun fact. Most of the homes here in the Governor Stevens neighborhood are going to be much older, historic homes. You've got Tudor style, you've got some 2 stories, you've got all kinds of cute little homes that were built early on in the 1900s. So if you're looking for character or something that is an older neighborhood with historical type homes, I think that the Governor Stevens neighborhood of Olympia is something for you to consider. Homes in this neighborhood typically sell in the 400 to 600 range, depending on finishes, depending on how nice the home is redone, and obviously what kind of condition that it's in. The Governor Stevens neighborhood is only about 5 minutes away from the historical district. So if you're working for the government, this might be a good neighborhood for you to consider that's close by to get down to some of the government buildings, the state capitol. You'll typically see people in this neighborhood that work for the government. Maybe they work down at JBLM and just want to be close to I-5 and the historical areas with a lot of the government buildings in downtown Olympia. If you are somebody that wants to live in an area where you've got historical homes, a little bit more character, and it's not so cookie cutter, then the Governor Stevens neighborhood might be something that you would consider. Walking by one of the houses here right now that are well known here in this area. If you guys have any questions about Olympia, the Governor Stevens neighborhood, or any of the other neighborhoods that we are showing you today, we'd love to talk to you. If you want to stay up to date on what's going on in Western Washington or the market here in Olympia, give us a subscribe. As you can see behind me, some of the houses in this area are definitely on the older side, more historical. One of the cool things about Governor Stevens neighborhood here is Trillium Park. It's kind of down here on the corner of the neighborhood. You've got tons of walking trails for hiking, biking, running, tons of trees, really kind of a condensed forest area park. So if that's something that you like and being super close to, maybe this is a good neighborhood for you. Trillium Park is a really cool addition to living in this neighborhood that a lot of other neighborhoods just don't have.
Tell me something, it might just take the pain away. See, I've been thinking a million things I want to say. Now I'm looking in your eyes, but I'm wandering to your lips. See, I'm trying to keep it cool while I'm hovering for the kiss. 'Cause I've been needing you like every time I go out, I'm looking around to see you there. Where are you? My heart skips beating when your perfume's in the air. 'Cause I've been needing you like old-fashioned orange slice, sweet like daiquiri with strawberry crushed ice. Know you like a margarita with the hot spice. Love the taste of paradise. No, it's never been the right time. Like we're holding back the storyline. And I'm waiting at the end of the night, thinking of you. No, it's
Hey, we are coming to you here from the South Capitol neighborhood in Olympia. Yeah. Standing in front of the Lord's Mansion right now. This is an event space that was actually built in the early 1920s. Spanish style mansion here that currently hosts events for weddings, company get-togethers, different things like that here in the area. Some things to note about the South Capitol area here in Olympia are that a lot of the homes are very, very old and historical. So some of the homes that you're gonna see around here were built in the 1800s to early 1900s. Prices in this neighborhood are typically going to range in the low 400s on up to over $1 million, depending on, you know, all the other factors that we're, you know, usually talking about. Condition, location, historical nature, how well kept they are, things like that. Where we're at right now is we're only a few blocks south of Olympia's Capitol, well, the Capitol building, the Capitol grounds. We're gonna take a tour over there. You might've seen a little bit of it in some of our driving tours. You're gonna see a little bit of that after this, here in this specific neighborhood. I really, really like this neighborhood just because of the character some of these homes have. I mean, look at some of these things. I mean, obviously, you know, the mansion behind us and some of the other historical homes here in this area, they're just absolutely beautiful. You aren't gonna see homes like this in just any neighborhood. So that's one of the reasons why we chose this as part of our tour of Olympia, is because it's just got some really, really cool homes. Now I'm gonna kind of flip around here and you can actually see the Capitol building from where we're standing here, just a couple of blocks south of it. And we're gonna kind of make our way up that way. So the South Capitol neighborhood here in Olympia is really, really interesting because of the ages of the home, the historical nature. I mean, just about every other home that you drive past or walk past here has got a historical placard and is on the historical registry for homes in this area. Like this one that I am walking by right now, built in 1920, was the Christensen house. So, as we were saying, a lot of these homes here have been in the area and built for at least 100 years, if not even longer for some of the other ones that are really close to the Capitol building here. This neighborhood is kind of flanked by the state capitol grounds to the north and I-5 to the south. You've also got a couple of schools in the neighborhood here, a middle school, an elementary school, and some ball field over at a couple of the parks there. So this area really has some cool things to offer for families or people that just want some recreational space. here in the Cane Road neighborhood. Some of the things that we have here in this neighborhood are Washington Middle School, along with some really cool newer neighborhoods here in the area. Now, I say newer because you kind of got to take that with a grain of salt when you're considering some of the neighborhoods in Olympia are from around the turn of the century and early 1900s. A lot of the houses in this neighborhood are typically built in the 60s and 70s, and then on up to the 90s, I guess would be considered new construction in this area. You'll also find some infill lots here and there where, you know, brand new construction homes are being built. But for the most part, most of the homes in this neighborhood were built in the 60s and 70s. You're gonna have larger style lots, a lot of rambler homes, but everything is very well kept up. Homes in this area are going to range in price from the 600 range on up to the 900 range, and sometimes up into the $1 million range on the lower end of that. So that's the kind of prices that you can expect to pay here in the Cane Road neighborhood of Olympia. If you are looking for a neighborhood that has a couple of parks, is close by a couple of the neighborhoods, a couple of the parks in this neighborhood are going to be Watershed and McGrath Woods Park. And both of those are great for activities, hanging out, playing at the ball field, hanging out with the kids. Both really nice parks if that's what you're trying to do on the weekends. I really like the Cane Road neighborhood here because of the character of the homes. Some of the homes in this area, they're not cookie cutter. They're not just, you know, straight like a box. You're gonna have different styles of homes, sprawling ramblers, beautiful two-story homes, all kinds of different architecture here in this area, which is why you kind of find an interesting array of price ranges from, you know, the 500-600 range on up to over $1 million. Again, depending on condition, how well kept they are, things like that. But a lot of what you're finding in this neighborhood here are these rambler style homes, just single level, very beautiful, well kept. And you see a lot of those rambler style single level homes because folks just don't like stairs. Getting up closer to retirement age, you don't want to have to deal with going up and down the stairs to the bedrooms or the offices or the other spaces. So that's what you're going to find a lot of. You've got some amazingly beautiful properties here. You're kind of seeing behind me. I really like some of these. And look at those trees. Just amazing. The Cane Road neighborhood here is only about 5 or 10 minutes away from downtown. So you're really close to the historical district, a lot of the shopping and restaurants, obviously close to I-5 for commuting purposes. So you can get into Olympia, up to Tacoma, or heck, even down to Portland if you wanted to get out of town real quick or commute to wherever work is. Got the drone up in the air doing some flybys. Everybody wave. The Cane Road neighborhood is really, really nice. Got some beautiful homes in this area. Very, very well kept. This is a beautiful area of Olympia if you're looking for a nice place to put down some roots. I would highly recommend it. Honestly, I could see myself living in this area with my family. Some of the things that are fun to do here in the Olympia area that are pretty close by that actually myself and my family do a lot of is we like to go camping, and Capitol State Forest is not far from here. Really only about 15-20 minutes from where we're standing right now. You've got the state forest. And one of the coolest things about that we really like to do is we like to do off-road ORV riding. So we ride our four-wheelers, our dirt bikes, side-by-sides, things like that. Capitol Forest has a really cool camping area called Middle Waddell, where you can camp there and ride your ORVs, your off-road vehicles, directly out of camp. So you don't have to put them on a trailer to get to the trail. You don't have to drive super far from where you're camping in order to legally ride. You can actually ride right out of camp. So it's one of our favorite places to go for camping. We actually do a yearly trip there for Memorial Day every single year. We'll typically spend about a week out in the woods. And honestly, it's free. All you have to have is a Discover Pass for the state forests and parks here in Washington State. And then you can stay in that campground for up to 10 days every single calendar year. So that's one of our favorite things to do. And we've actually got another camping trip planned for down there for later this summer. Olympia is also a really good jump off point if you want to get out to the coast, because you've got Highway 101 that runs right through, that starts over here and runs out to the coast of Washington. So you can get out to places like Shelton, Ocean Shores, Westport, Seabrook, all kinds of cool things out on the coast of Washington. So Olympia is a great area for jump off if that's what you're trying to do on the weekends.
I've been contemplating all my time. My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if there's peace that I could find, instead of always being on the grind. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I can go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away. It gets so loud that I can barely hear, but your words speak much louder than all my fears. Sometimes I just wanna disappear, running until I can feel you near. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape.
The Lake Moore community, which is just south of Highway 101 and surrounding the lake of Ken Lake. One of the coolest things about this neighborhood is that it used to be an urban forest. And the houses and the community were all built around Ken Lake. Houses in this area will typically sell for anywhere between 500 and 700,000, and some that are surrounding the lake immediately will go anywhere from 800 up to 1.2 million. And we actually found one here real close to one of the parks that's currently for sale for about $799. Kind of walking up to it now, so I'll show you guys in a second here. But cool thing about this one here is that it's right next to the lake park and right on the water. Some of the cool things that Lakemore does is their annual fishing derby, and they also have a 4th of July community parade and events going on here in this specific neighborhood. So really cool area when it's considered, you know, a more established area. You've got larger landscaping, larger trees, a lot of mid-century modern type construction houses here with a little bit of new construction kind of sprinkled in here and there. So we're just kind of walking up to this house right now that's currently on the market for $799. This one here is right on the lake and definitely could use a facelift on a few things, but is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot house. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and let you guys see just kind of the front of it here. Look at these beautiful cedar trees here. Just absolutely gorgeous. Mature landscaping, literally right next door to the park. Look at this long private driveway. At $799, this house is a pretty good deal, being that you are right on the water next to the park. Okay, so being here in the Lakemore community, you're going to be about 90 minutes or so away from the downtown Seattle core. And you're probably only about 30 or 40 minutes from downtown Tacoma. Now, if you needed to get up to JBLM because you're a military family or individual, you're probably only about 20 or 30 minutes, depending on traffic, so really not that far. This is one of our top neighborhoods in the Olympia area, just simply because of how well established it is, the vicinity to the lake, and you know, the really quiet nature of it out here. So if you guys have questions, reach out. We'd love to tell you more about the Lakemore community that surrounds Ken Lake in Olympia.
Well, there you have it. Those are our top neighborhoods that have came up super highly recommended that might be a good fit for you when you move to Olympia. So again, whether you're looking at making that move in the next 3 days or 3 months, shoot us a phone call, text, or an email so that we can help you make your smooth move right here to Olympia. And until next time, guys, I cannot wait till you're out here so that we can show you around.